Hey guys, I'm giving my speech on a trip that I went to a couple of years back, which started off in North Carolina and ended up in Orlando, Florida. In North Carolina, I spent about 2 weeks with my cousins there, who I rarely see because of the distance between us. But once we drove down to Florida where we met up with the rest of the family, we rented out a house, which was pretty nice. But the main thing though was that I was with my family, and it was fun being with them the whole week that we were down there. It was nice weather almost all the time, except for probably one day where it rained, so we didn't really do much. But even then, when it rained, we were still outside. But we didn't really stay cooped up in the house. We were really out in the back, in the swimming pool or in the huge backyard, picking apples and oranges. It was really nice being out there with them, but the house itself was just amazingly big. And as I said before, there was a pool and a backyard with apples and oranges back there. So we always had something to do around the house. And if not, we were just always messing around with each other, playing video games. But when we were never in the house, when we actually all went out, we went to Universal Studios, which was just mind blowingly fun. I remember the first ride I went on was the Hulk, and wow, I that definitely left a huge impression on me because I'm terrified of heights. And when we got up to the ramp to get shot down, it didn't move. It just stayed there for about a good 45 seconds. We were just all wondering what's going on, what's going on. I'm just sitting there saying this ride is boring. Next thing I know, boom, being shot out, high speeds, just going through loops and everything. My mind was just all over the place. I just couldn't believe it. The adrenaline had started pumping, and I was psyched for everything else that day. So another ride that's also stood out to me was the Spider-Man ride because it was indoor and terrified of heights. Thankfully, I couldn't see the ground because apparently it was pretty high up once I done my research on the ride. But it was also in 3D, and I love Spider-Man. He's probably my favorite superhero, so that's just a plus, plus, plus for me. But when we weren't at Universal for that week, we went to Disney World, which was okay. Really wasn't as fun by comparison to Universal. I mean, still had fun there, but really wasn't anything too special. Don't really have any fond memories except for this one autograph book where we took down a bunch of people's names like Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald, but other than that, don't really remember much. I mean, it was okay though. I definitely do remember the long lines we had to wait to get in though. But that's a different story. But overall, I had a lot of fun down there. We were always swimming, always messing around with each other, and when we weren't doing that, we were always at Universal for the week. And I gotta say, it was pretty sad to leave the house to come back up to New York. But all in all, it was a fun trip, and I hope we can do it again sometime in the near future. Now that we've all grown up and we can catch up on things that we've done.